We're back, getting down and dirty expeditiously. Today's video, why attractive women hate men that lack confidence. Let's get into it. As a man, you need to have a certain bravado about you, a certain level of ego about you, a certain level of pride about you. Now, don't let pride get you killed.
Pride is the devil.
Don't let coochie get you killed. But ultimately, you need to have a certain level of presence and aura about yourself because you know you that guy. You know you him. You gotta walk down the block, head up, looking at everybody. Or just look straight. But just know that people are looking at you because you have your back straight, your head held high, eyes up, and you are that guy. You will emit a certain level of energy and aura that people will sense. Because you're that guy, you're him.
Holy aura.
Timothy the third. Okay? Women love that. They love a confident man. Okay? Because when they show you them choosy signals, if you don't bite and jump on them, they're gonna get mad. Because they look at you a certain type of way, they're gonna be like, oh wait, this guy's not confident. I just stared at him for 20 seconds and he didn't do nothing about it. He's not that confident. I just rubbed his arm in passing. I just hugged his hip in passing. He didn't do nothing about it. He don't want me that much.
Yeah.
They gonna think you don't want them if you don't make that approach because you over here thinking that because I'm such a high value man and I'm such the prize, I don't know, that she needs to come talk to me. Now, once again, I'll keep saying this. It happens at times. But a lot of objectively attractive women will more so show you choosy signals before they just put things in your face. That's just a fact. Before they just walk up in your face and just tell you, yo, yeah, I like you, I want you. I want that eggplant and I need it in my mouth expeditiously.
Hey, how about you? Put your number in my phone.
A lot of times they're not gonna do that, right? And if they do that, damn, like, I would feel a little like, whoa, relax, shorty. I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm more than just an eggplant. Let's keep it a buck. I need you to at least ask my name. I need you to at least ask my name.
Excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute?
Pretend to care about something. You know, because a lot of times men, they're going to pretend to care about what come out your mouth when it comes to women. Let's keep it a buck. Like, a lot of men do not care about what you're talking about. Okay, until they care. Men are very loving individuals, but they don't like to give love. They hate emotion. Men do not like building emotional connections with women because if something happens to that woman, they know they are responsible. And who wants to be responsible for every single woman that you deal with? Who wants that? You can't have too much emotional attachment to things because then that's going to mess with your ability to be able to live in your purpose, be able to walk and be a man, because as a man, we have a lot on our shoulders regardless.
A healed man is a man who is in control of his emotions, not an emotional man.
We have a lot on our shoulders every single day, and the world doesn't really care about it. You know what I'm saying? You have to just get up and do what you have to do as a man every day, and you can complain about it all you want, but that's just the reality of how it goes. Okay, so you don't want to have to mess up your brain as you're trying to take care of yourself, take care of your mental, improve it on a daily basis, gain more skills, and just become a high value man in every sense of the word. Be emotionally intelligent, mentally intelligent. Be able to know what you bring to the table. Be able to be gentle but firm, and you know, kind but not be a pushover. Like, you have to be able to work on all these things mentally that a lot of people are not instilled in these mindsets. You have to grow and become a better person every day so you can attain these things, so you can ultimately be the most attractive person that anybody would want in their life, and you can be attractive to yourself.
The tenets of masculinity since the dawn of time have been, I was afraid, but I did it anyway.
Attractive women, objectively attractive women, and really women in general, they hate men with no confidence. Women are damn near natural haters. So why do you think a lot of women are unable to be friends with other women? Because they be catty, they be petty, and their relationships are unable to get past a certain point where, say, they have some level of argument or it's just a lot of petty crap happens amongst women, right? So if you're dating a shorty and she has mainly male friends, that's definitely a red flag though, because why can't she keep a female friend?
I feel like women are very self-critical, so that sometimes they project that criticism onto other people. So then, like Jeannie was saying, then you start to compare. And when you start to compare, you're like, oh, all right, well, let me compete, because if I feel like I'm better than her, then that gives me some type of validation.
But it is hard for a lot of women to keep female friends, but you need to actually still know that your shorty can have that ability to maintain female relationships. Okay, so she might be the problem. But ultimately, women hate men with no confidence, but they will still try to belittle you and tear down your confidence because they're natural haters. And that's also a test. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go and brush your shoulders off.
Don't forget that boy told you kid. Turn up your shoulders.
Just brush it off. It don't matter to you because you know what she's doing. When you know what somebody's doing, you can't let it affect you as much because you know what they're trying to do. Personal example, right? I'm at a bar a couple years ago and I'm with my homie. So we go try to pull up on these two girls. And this is before even like I really got too deep into the choosy signals and I became the individual with the knowledge. Today you have to go through certain reps so you're able to advance as a person and a human being to where I can be able to help you guys out and give advice. I have to go through certain experiences. So I'm wearing a fit, right, that I can look back at right now and say I wouldn't even wear that fit right now. My colors weren't matching. I wasn't giving off that I had a certain particular fashion sense about me. I didn't fit into a certain bubble. I didn't fit into a certain aesthetic, right? Nowadays, I feel like I fit into a certain aesthetic of how I dress where I can attract a certain level of woman, right? But at the time, I don't think I was doing that. So when I went to go talk to this girl, one girl was more like on the jokier side. She wasn't really paying me too much mind. Like we were having like banter, but it was more jokey rather than flirtatious in any sense, right? And then the other girl was just trying to cut my ass.
Now you have jokes.
She said that I dressed and sounded like I was from North Carolina.
You guys are vicious. Seriously.
It was just vicious. And all in all, though, I just laughed it off because I'm not gonna let you hurt my feelings, shorty. But that's ultimately what she was trying to do. Her intention was to hurt my feelings. And like I be telling y'all, the power of words is strong. A lot of people are not as strong-willed as me. I was able to just laugh it off and just eventually move on to the next portion of my night, right? But her intention was to make me feel bad because I wasn't dressed in a certain way that she would like me to be dressed in, and maybe she just didn't like my approach. So her intention was then to try to make me feel bad, but it didn't work because I just kept laughing. Because I still, regardless of even I'm able to tell myself I don't think I would have dressed like how I dressed back then. I think I had on like a black and white hat, a black and white snapback. I had on a Lacoste orange and blue shirt. I had on some like blue jeans and some black and white New Balances. Like, what was I doing? I wouldn't even wear that fit again right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I may have looked like I lived in North Carolina. I don't know, right? In terms of people telling me that I don't sound like I'm from New York, I get that all the time. And I don't know. Comment down below if you think I sound like I'm from New York.
Dead ass.
Like dead ass.
Okay.
Serious.
Yep.
People tell me I sound like I'm from the South, California. I've gotten North Carolina a few times though. Boston. I don't get it, right? I'm literally born and raised in New York, but it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I have that confidence about myself. So really, what you say to me or what a woman says to me is not going to crumble my confidence. And I've noticed this along my life, right? Women don't necessarily want to put you on too high of a pedestal because they want to still make sure that you always look at them as a prize, even if you're not necessarily looking at them as the prize in the relationship. They want to always make sure that they know in your eyes that they're special to you. So if they belittle you, then you can't mentally get past them in a certain way. You'll probably always feel like you need them because they're belittling your confidence to where you think that you can't get somebody else. And that's why a lot of people in general, right, they'll crumble after they get out of a relationship because they feel like, damn, I can't get anybody else, because now that person probably toyed with your brain to where your confidence is shattered.
I feel like the dudes that always get the girls that everybody wants are the ones that don't care about getting her.
You may not really think that you can get anybody else. You may not think that there's somebody else that will love you, but there is another person that will love you. Just look for those choosy signals. Know that they're there. Know that someone else will find you attractive, and that's where that confidence level comes in. Know that even if you're with somebody, you still have to maintain your self-identity. Never lose who you are, because when you lose yourself in another person, just know that when they leave, you will be nothingness. You will be a shell of yourself. You'll be empty, and who knows how long it will take you to build yourself back up. right? People take different amounts of time to really regroup into the individual that they were prior. You have to always maintain self-identity.
You can't lose yourself in a relationship because you're going to miss you. At one point in time, you're gonna go, wow, what happened to me? Sometimes you just need to be by yourself to collect your thoughts.
As a person that was in a lot of relationships growing up, like, you know, I keep saying a lot of relationships, but I had girlfriends earlier in the portion of my life. I wasn't single for a long time, honestly. Like I went from relationship to relationship, and it wasn't healthy for real because I always was with another person. Like I knew who I was, but at the same time, I felt like my identity was defined by being in a relationship. So I had to take a long period of time where I was just by myself, really truly finding who I am, to where even if I were to be in another situation, nobody can change me, and I can make sure that somebody takes me as I am, and I take that person as how I found them. Because you can't change people. People can only adjust at their own pace. You have to meet people where they're at and be willing to grow with them. If you're not willing to grow with somebody where you met them at and how you met them at and wherever their mind state is at that moment, then you're not ready for them.
People who haven't healed are 99% likely to choose the wrong person. Once we've been hurt, now we don't want to go through that again.
Great anecdote that I have to share with you guys, because it is just a moment in my life that really shows you guys that a lot of things happen how they're supposed to happen and why you should maintain patience and keep your confidence level high. Let me tell you what's up. I'm at a bar, waiting for my friends. Sitting at a table by myself. I was probably there already for like an hour plus by myself. I'm able to do that. I'm able to enjoy my own company. It's perfectly fine with me, right? So, I'm there. There's a woman that when I walked in, I made eye contact with her. Because I do try to see who's the attractive individuals in the room if I'm walking in the room. Because I'm not here to chase nobody. But I want to see who may like your boy, who may find your boy attractive. And I know I was dressed in a little drippy on it. You know what I'm saying? I'll put that thing on if you ask me.
Put that shit on. Put that shit on.
Initially, seen her, cool. We already locked eyes from before. Nice. So, once again, I'm not a fiend. She's actually in the corner with two other friends. Mind you, I actually have two other friends on the way. They're just not there yet. So, this particular girl that I liked, she's in the corner. She's in the corner, two friends right here. I'm like, damn. In my head already, I'm like, oh, how am I gonna get to her, right? So, cool, I'm cooling. That individual goes to the bathroom. She goes to the bathroom. And I'm looking at her and I'm still like, okay, yeah, she's cute. Not really nothing for me in my head that I was gonna really like super run down on, right? It was more so gonna be time and place, in my opinion, and I was gonna be able to make my move. And I like to also feel special. I wanna know that that girl really likes me and she wants me specifically to talk to her, not just anybody with an eggplant.
Daddy, chill.
She went to the bathroom. I saw a tattoo on her back. That was gonna be my icebreaker. I was gonna be like, yo, I like your tattoo. But the way that this bar was set up, it was super narrow. So if we were to have a conversation, she would be blocking everybody from being able to pass by her. So I was like, all right, this is not like the location in which I should really start this conversation. So I'm very patient and I wait and I evaluate when I should do things. Okay? So she goes and she talks to some girl randomly. She goes, oh, I love those shoes. So I'm like, okay, this girl's a little friendly. She's willing to just speak and be aggressive in you know, conversation or aggressive and just, you know, want to talk to somebody. So I'm like, okay, that kind of matches where like she showed me that aggression, eye contact, but she has not been aggressive yet in talking to me, right? And mind you, I'm probably not even a full 3 feet away from her, maybe like 2 feet away from her. So I could have said something as well, but like I said, I'm very methodical in my approach. I was still intending on speaking to her at some point. But like I said in the previous videos, right, when girls show you choosy signals, they want you to make that attack, or else they're gonna think you're not confident, and now they're upset because it's like, damn, why you didn't choose me when I chose you, right? And ultimately they'll be like, damn, but I thought he did choose me back, we locked eyes and all this stuff.
This is one of the easiest ways to tell if a woman is interested in you. When we like someone, we want to look at them.
Once this woman leaves the bathroom, I'm still sitting down. She walks past me. I lock eyes with her. She locked eyes with me. She's still looking at me. As she's walking back to her table, she's still looking at me. Look, you see how I'm not breaking eye contact with you? She did this the whole time. As she's walking back to her table, did this the whole time. So I'm looking at her, I'm like, oh wait.
Ooh, wait. Good.
You trying to see what's inside my jeans zipper. IG Zipper Saudi, what's up? So in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, she want me. She want me. So now I'm planning and I'm plotting. So I'm like, okay, shorty, you just gave me a crazy choosy signal. You're scary, hawk. You just hawked at me. I felt like I banged just now. So I'm like, oh yeah, boom. It's time to get easty. Now it's time to plan this move. So I felt like I had to evacuate the areas I could really plan what's going on. And mind you, like I said, let me really reiterate, it's a small venue. There's an outside and there's a very narrow kind of hallway-ish looking thing. And she's like in a corner with her friends basically, right? At a table. You know, they're drinking, having a good time, whatever. So ultimately I didn't even want to ruin their good time or I had to figure out how I was gonna infiltrate the situation without being weird and without, you know, kind of making her friends feel ostracized because I didn't want to do a 3-on-1. I didn't want to have to talk to all three of them. I just wanted the one shorty. I'm sorry. Like a 3-on-1, it just be like, as I tell you all the time, conversation is draining me. I don't even be wanting to do all that. Sometimes I don't want to do a 2-on-1, but when I do a 2-on-1, I just break one of the women, like I make her comfortable to know that like, yo, I'm just trying to talk to your friend for a couple seconds, woo woo. I don't say that directly, but you know, I also ask the friend's name. I want everybody to be comfortable. I want everybody to be comfortable, all right? Let's just, you know, let's be happy smiles, right? Cool. So I call my homie who's supposed to pull up, really for the sole purpose so I can leave the area for a little bit. So I go outside, I'm kind of pacing back and forth from outside to like the top inside where the bathroom is, right? So I'm telling them, I'm literally running the play with them. I'm like, yo, all right, y'all come here, y'all gonna talk to the other two friends so I can talk to this girl for a little bit and I can just see what's up with her. Cool. They jacking it.
Jacking. I'm jacking with my boy for me.
They went to the wrong location. So they're another like 10, 15 minutes away. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So now I come back inside, a girl sat in my seat. Cool, you can have a seat, shorty. Now, in this narrow hallway type of situation, there's a door where you can kind of just open it, go through, and that's where the food is at. And there's also like a little takeout window. You can order food through the window and all that, right? So cool. An individual, I'm standing right next to it. Let me add that information. I'm standing right next to this door where the people in the back of the house, back of the restaurant, that cook the food and bring the food out, are coming through to deliver the food, stuff like that. So this guy with dreads comes out of the door, back of the house, and he mistakenly asks one of their friends, one of the girl's friends, did you order food? He's genuinely concerned. He's like, yo, did you order food? Her friend goes, no, I didn't order any food. The girl who was eye-banging me, she looks at him and goes, I ordered you.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I said, what? Mind you, this space is small. I'm only like 4 feet away from this happening. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like this, like.
You just have to stay away from John Chinch.
Like, bro, I was in shock. Don't get it misconstrued, bro. Like, when you go to clubs and parties, I was never saying that was my girl, right? When you go to clubs and parties, girls are damn near free game. Like, unless you really lock in with a shorty. And when you lock in with a shorty, you put yourself at the top of the list. So you put yourself higher you put your ticket high in the list. But at the end of the day, there's gonna be other guys that are probably gonna try to talk to her, and it's up to her to still pick you, basically, right? So I'm watching this happen, and he knew what was up. He said, "Oh nah, she's on timing." My son went around. There's like a little blockage thing. She's in, like I said, she's in the corner. Two friends right here. She's in the corner. It's like a little blockage thing. She's in the corner. Whatever. He goes around, takes off his gloves. He said, yeah, nah, what's the word? He's on that. And I couldn't be mad at that because she just gave him the crazy. That's not even a choosy signal. That's a unzip your pants. I'm trying to eat some.
During our sex scene, I felt your dick rubbing into me.
That was past shooty signal. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homies call her the dick hunter. She was hunting for meat that day. And that made me feel like just gross. It made me feel like I was just gonna be an eggplant. So I'm ultimately glad I didn't really hop on that because I would have just felt like I was just another guy. And I'm sorry, I'm a chosen one. I'm not just another guy. You have to make me feel like you really want me. Sorry, I need them shooty signals, and I need to know that you're not just allowing any guy to just be in your space. I don't want a whore. I want a woman that wants me.
I'm so slow. I show slow. I show meat. What else you showing?
What'd you just call me, bro?
They lock in. He gets her. She gets his Instagram. I seen the interaction. Woo woo. He puts her stuff in her phone. Woo woo. Right. So and I think eventually, and honestly, that was probably a better decision for her because he ended up offering to bring them food. I'm like, oh yeah, W that guy. I guess he's really trying to lock in, right? So then I overhear her saying like, yeah, that's what I needed, or something like that, like paraphrasing. But ultimately, it's to show that she felt like what he did was more appropriate than what I was doing, which was being patient. And I actually was trying to set up a 3 so everybody could be occupied. I literally had 2 more friends coming. You're just impatient, shorty. You're a dick hunter. And I'm more than just an eggplant. Okay? But that guy may realize he was damn near just a placeholder for anybody. It could have been anybody for real. Like, it seemed like she was down for anything at that point. When a shorty is that aggressive with you, like, I ordered you. What?
I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago.
Because at that point, it's like, yeah, you really got no... Do you have standards, shorty? Me and this guy did not look the same. I'm telling you, she was giving me piercing eye contact. Piercing. I'm like, damn. Me and this guy are not the same phenotype. He was dark skinned with dreads and shorter than me. She did not like that. She probably felt that I was not as confident, or thought that I didn't want her that much. And I mean, I wouldn't say I was like head over heels about her, but I was definitely down to talk to her if she would have waited another like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. She would have, her and her friends would have been occupied with conversation. Would have been great, but you're petty and aggressive and impatient. Don't be like that, guys. Don't be like that. Have that confidence, and at the same time, guess what? I ended up having a better conversation with a girl that actually liked me way more and gave me strong, choosy signals with similar eye contact, but it was a way more worthwhile situation. So that earlier situation that happened in the night, which is the story I just told you, was supposed to happen for me and that guy. Hopefully that guy gets some buns. But that wasn't supposed to be for me, because the conversation I ended up having later was way more advantageous and just fit my vibe more. And that's why I said too, you don't necessarily have to choose up too early. And I didn't want to choose up too early. I wanted her to wait because guess what? I am a chosen one.
How do I relax? Well, like many other Americans, I come home and I pet my dog.
My energy is sacred and my aura is sacred. It's not to be used and abused. And I'm aware of that now. Regardless of what you or anybody else in this world may think of that, I know my aura and my presence is strong, and everybody is not entitled to that. She felt entitled because she thinks so highly of herself, I'm sure. She felt entitled to my energy, and she was still gonna get it, but was being impatient while I was being patient.
Holy aura.
Take a lot of life lessons from that story, men and women alike. Cause she could have won you, boy, that night. Could have had a better situation. Like, I'm a guy that, I'm not even trying to do one night stands. I would rather feel your vibe. There's too many people in New York. You could have sat on hella eggplants. I'm not with that. But she wasn't thinking. But that's why I'm out here trying to teach y'all how to play to win, so you don't play yourself. We outside getting down dirty.
My guy Taylor's in the building. He's a YouTube superstar, Instagram content creator. What else do you do, sir?
And, I get down and dirty expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? I got
expeditiously.
Expeditiously.